Hi students, the previous class we have learned how the coordination takes place in animals, especially in human beings. And today we are going to discuss how does the coordination take place in plants. So we have come across a situation that when we touch a touch-me-not plant, suddenly its leaves started to shrink or droop. How does this happen? And what is the reason behind this? And also, when a seed germinates, the shoot system grow in upward direction and the root system grow in downward direction. So, when we examine this, the drooping of the leaves of a touch-me-not plant is a quick response to the touch, but the growth is comparatively a slower response. And how does this quick responses and a slow responses take place in plants? What are the reasons behind it? And how does this coordination take place in plants? So when we go in detail and we understand that there are two kinds of movements in plants. One is a quick response to a stimulus, as I said before, earlier is a touch and the growth of a seedling. So, unlike animals, the plants do not have nervous system or connective tissues. There is no well-designed communication system to pass the information toward the plant body. Still, it passes the information toward the body. So here, the directional growth of a seedling caused by growth, and if this growth of the plant is prevented, that movement can be stopped. We conclude that plants show two kinds of movement. One is immediate response to a stimulus and the other one is movement due to growth. And let us see how does this plants produce a quick response to a stimulus. So in the previous example, as we said, when we touch a touch-me-not plant, so it droops its leaves. And even though we touch the one part of the plant, but still the leaves present in the other part of the plants also droop. And it is obviously clear that the information is being passed throughout the plant body. That means the action that took place in one part of the plant, and that stimulus is being transferred to the other part of the plant, and the plant responded to that stimulus accordingly. So we know that the coordination took place in animals with the help of this nervous system and the proteins, specially designed proteins that could change the size and shape of the muscles. They rearrange themselves. But such an arrangement is not present in the plants. But how does this changes the size of the cells? This is achieved by changing the amount of water present in the cells. Either it is shrinking or it is swelling. So the size of the cells may change and accordingly they respond to the stimulus. Movement due to growth. So as I said, there are two kinds of movements in plants. The second one is movement due to growth. So there are two types of growths generally we know in plants. That is, plants commonly it has a response towards the light. So the parts of the plant appears to bend towards the light, and this phenomenon is known as phototropism. Other one, geotropism. Geotropism is a phenomenon in which root system of a plant grow away from the light. or it grows in the downward direction. So the one is growth in upward direction, another one is in the downward direction. So negative phototropism. Geotropism is due to the gravity of the earth. So this light and gravity, they are act as the environmental triggers to enhance the development and growth of the plant. There are also another kind of tropism, that means hydrotropism, it is the growth towards the water, and chemotropism, that is chemical growth. So these are also associated with the movement in the plants. It is not about the movement at all, but it's also a kind of growth and development in plants. Once again, we can think about how these informations are passed or transferred throughout the plant body. In multicellular organism, the movement or the quick response to the stimulus is much quick or faster. Even in the animals, this movement and growth, they are carefully controlled. So even in the plants, then this movement and this growth are very carefully controlled by the chemicals. They are grow in a particular direction. In case of a quick response, the plant cells must transfer this information very quickly or very rapidly. So that means the communication process has to be take place very quickly. So electrical impulses are a means of very quick transfer of information. But there is limitation for the generation of electrical impulses. For example, in a plant cell, in order to create the electrical impulses, the plant cells has to rearrange themselves so that they can produce the electrical impulses can be carried to the or transferred to the next cells. In other words, the plants cannot create electrical impulses continuously in a plant cell. So in most cases, this transfer of information or communication of these informations take place by means of chemical substances. So even if the electrical impulses are created in plant cells, it cannot reach each and every cell of the plant body. But a chemical substances, they can simply diffuse from cell to cell so that it can reach each and every cell of the plant body, even though it is the rate of transmission is slow, but still it consistently and persistently create the chemical substances and reach each and every cell of the body and ensure the communication process. And these chemicals that are generated in the plant cell is called as hormones. And there are different kinds of hormones are released by plants, and they carry out different functions in the plant body. So some of the hormones and their functions are explained here, described here. So we usually observe that the tendrils of the plant curl around a support. So how does it happen? So it is because of the growth hormone present in the plants called auxins. So auxins are growth hormones, and also it promotes the growth. So when a plant that is climb on a support, then what happens? The auxins that concentrate on the one side of the tendrils which are away from the support. So that what happens? That side will be grow more, so it appears to bend or curl around the support. So this is how the same happens in the case of phototropism. So when the light is coming from one side of the plant, and the auxins will diffuse to the other side of the shady part of the plant body, so that portion where the auxins are concentrated will grow faster than the other part, so that it appears to bend towards the light. Then another one, cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is another hormone that promotes the cell division. So it promotes the growth of the plant. And another one, gibberellin. Gibberellin is another kind of hormone present in the or released in the plant body that also promote the growth like auxins. So these are the growth hormones present in the plant body. But there are some other hormones, for example abscisic acid, so that inhibits the growth of a plant body. So these are the examples of some chemical means of communication and the hormones present in the plant body. So this is how the control and coordination process take place in plants. And I hope you understand. Thank you.